Hello, brothers, sisters, and family. It's still very early here. I've not been able to sleep. I think I woke up at about 2 a.m. I was really troubled in my spirit, and I felt there was something the Lord wanted me to know, and I was asking the Lord, what is going on? I can sense that something is going on in the spirit realm, and I can sense that the hearts of many are troubled, even mine. I just sense that certain things are going on, and I was asking the Lord, what is His word to me? I prayed, and it's 4:30 a.m. here, and the Lord started speaking to me about something which I'm about to share. I'm literally shaking. When the brothers of Joseph sold him into slavery, they thought they had succeeded in thwarting God's dream for his life. But they were wrong, and they got the shock of their lives. Sometimes God will allow the enemy and his cohorts to carry out their scheme, and they will think they have succeeded. But sooner or later, they will be given the shock of their lives. The scheme of the wicked against God's children will be their undoing. The plot of Haman against Mordecai and the Jews was his undoing. The very thing the enemy and his cohorts meant to thwart God's plan for your life will lead to their ruin and their downfall. The crucifixion of Jesus, which Satan was the mastermind of, was the undoing of Satan. This is to let you know that Satan knows so little, and the ways of God is still a mystery to him and his cohorts. If Satan had knew, he would not have put it in the heart of Judas to betray Jesus. If the brothers of Joseph had knew, they would not have sold him into slavery. If Haman had knew, he would not have prepared the gallons for Mordecai or made a plot to destroy the Jews. Sometimes God's way of giving his children victory or accomplishing his purpose may be in the disguise of defeat. It may currently appear as if God is silent and absent, but he isn't. He is working behind the scene. God will let the enemy and his cohorts know that he is in control and that he alone has the final say. God isn't strengthened or worried by what the enemy and his cohorts are doing against his purpose for us, and we shouldn't be either, because God has ways of turning for our advantage what the enemy and his cohorts meant for evil. Brothers, sisters, friends, and family, let it be known that in this season, the enemy and his cohorts will be caught unawares and be given the shock of their lives, and the very thing they meant to do us harm or thwart God's plan for us will be their doing, will be their undoing. The very thing the enemy meant to silence and break us will become one of our greatest weapons against his kingdom. I don't know if you know what it means for one to regret, but God will do certain things in our days that will make the enemy and his cohorts to regret ever taken the actions that they took. So brothers, sisters, friends, and family, do not let your heart be troubled. Do not be discouraged, and do not give up. The ways of God are not our ways. How God chooses to bring about the accomplishment of His plan for our life is not something any man can predict. It's not something you can figure out. That is why when certain things are happening, be careful what you think, be careful what you say, and be careful how you feel. I don't want to say more than what I've said. But what the Lord wants us to know is this. The enemy and his cohorts will be given the shock of their lives. And the very thing they met to thwart God's purpose for us will be their undoing. God bless you. Have a wonderful night rest.